have you with us this afternoon. I'm going to hand over the proceedings to my colleague Elias Omondi, and he's our MC for the day, so he's going to take us through the rest of the program. So Elias, if you don't mind, you can take control of the presentation. It's over to you now.
Right. Thank you very much, Tony. And first and foremost, I want to welcome everyone joining us today. It's a great honor to have all of you basically being with us this afternoon. I know it's around 2 p.m. in Ghana, and it's great to basically welcome the team in Ghana for this launch. Just maybe to just keep us abreast with what we are going to do this afternoon. Now, we are basically initiating an innovation lab, Insurtech Accelerator program that is looking into creating traction towards enabling innovators to provide access to underserved market, but also to look at ways in which we can bring down certain costs that are highly impacting the insurance market. Now, one of the key things that also we need to attest is that the insurance penetration in Africa is still low. There's a big protection gap that we need to basically address. And one of the key areas that we need to, in a way, clearly and work and definitely work on is how then do we embrace innovation. So insurance sector has been slow in terms of really advocating or allowing innovators to operate within the market. And NIC, the Insurance Commission in Ghana, has really taken a lead in terms of enabling us to put together this particular program. So we have a very high delegation of speakers this afternoon, and we are going to allow them to speak to us. At the same time, I know as an industry, as an insurance industry, we want to see how then we tackle the challenges that we do face within the sector. Now, this particular program is basically picking up from what we've been doing in other countries. We've managed to conduct this particular program in Kenya. And ideally, it has been a very impactful and successful program. And we believe that Ghana presents us an opportunity for us to further lead and expedite innovation within the insurance sector. Now, the Innovation Lab will enable the market basically to create an environment that will enable these innovators to start and to grow. At the same time, given that the regulator is in this particular program, it will enable us to adopt practices and strategies that will provide insurtechs and innovators with an enabling environment. So what we are talking about is that it is giving us a holistic approach in which we can be able to appreciate innovation within our sector, at the same time providing the innovators with an opportunity to look at ways in which they will work with insurance companies and also other partners within the insurance value chain towards creating solutions for the market. So we are going to enhance strategic partnership within the sector, but also to push for resources that will enable our innovators and also insurtechs to move forward. So I just want to go straight to the agenda of our meeting today. And we will be having quite a very high delegation today. And within this particular meeting today, we are honored to have Dr. Justice Ofori, who is the Commissioner of Insurance, also the CEO of the National Insurance Commission. We are very happy to have you, sir. And I want to basically call him upon to give us his keynote address. Dr. Ofori, please.
Thank you very much, Elias. First of all, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the representative of the UK High Commissioner in Ghana, the Director of the Financial Sector Division of the Ministry of Finance, the representatives of GIZ, the Director, Risk and Resilience, FSD Africa, executives of insurance and broking companies, managers of Insurtech firms, the media. Welcome everyone to this virtual launch of the InnoLab program. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I bring you warm greetings from the National Insurance Commission and wish everyone a prosperous new year. It is indeed a rare privilege to deliver this keynote address launch of this exciting InnoLab Insurtech Accelerator program, which is a partnership between the National Insurance Commission and FSD Africa, a UK aid that continue to provide an enabling environment for the transformation of the financial sector in sub-Saharan Africa. The InnoLab Insurtech Accelerator program creates a platform that would enable the National Insurance Commission to connect Insurtech firms and innovators to a wider spectrum of insurance ecosystem in order to mentor, train, and build their capacities to provide innovative solutions that meet market needs. Globally, there is a growing shift in the way insurance business is done, and particularly in the area of risk transfer and insurance distribution. Therefore, harnessing innovation continues to be an essential element of the strategy, policy, objective of the National Insurance Commission. Our strategic plan is anchored on harnessing technology to improve risk transfer and insurance penetration in Ghana. The InnoLab Insurtech Accelerator program is one of several innovative programs that have been designed to serve as an enabler for the transformation of the insurance space. This would provide insurance access to underserved markets, eliminate bottlenecks associated with legacy systems and regulated entities, and improve customer treatment and improve insurance penetration. The new Insurance Act, Act 1061, 2021, has extensive provision on innovation, including licensing of innovators to operate in the insurance space. Regulations around innovation and regulatory sandbox environment would also be developed to provide impetus to the requirements of the new Act on innovation. The last few years, innovation has been a fundamental component of Ghana's insurance sector development story. For instance, the operationalization of the motor insurance database has revolutionized motor insurance business as it has hugely reduced the incidence of uninsured and underpricing. The insurance ecosystem has huge potential, and this can be achieved through initiatives such as this InnoLab program, which would serve as a catalyst to Insurtech firms to nurture and showcase solutions that would propel growth of the insurance sector. The NIC is therefore committed to this project as it will open the door for Insurtech to serve as a conduit for innovation. Most importantly, it will also provide solutions that enhances customer experience and interest, which fundamentally is the basic and moral justification for insurance regulation. I would like to conclude by encouraging all CEOs to keenly monitor the lab and space as it will be of significant benefit to their respective firms. It is our expectation that the 10 firms that will be selected will play competitively in order to provide cutting-edge solutions for insurers to adapt for their respective firms. On this note, I wish to thank the FSD Africa for this partnership and to assure everyone of the Commission's unflinching support to this innovative and groundbreaking project. On that note, I say a big thank you to all of you. Elias, I'm
right.
done.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. And we've gotten your sentiments, and we are really, really happy that we are working together with NIC. NIC is one of the most progressive regulators in Africa, predominantly because NIC has a role of both prudential regulation, but also they have been doing a lot of work in terms of market development. In fact, one of the key things about Ghana is that Ghana has an elaborate MNOs framework, and is the only country in Africa that basically licenses mobile network operators. So thank you very much, Dr. Justice, and we are happy that you have managed to take time to be with us this particular afternoon. I would also now want to call upon our director, Mr. Kelvin Masingam, to basically provide his keynote address. Welcome, Kelvin.
Thanks very much, Elias, and also just want to add my thanks, Commissioner Dr. Ofori, for your address, but also for your leadership in this space. We recognize that and are really excited to work with you and with various other partners on this InnoLab initiative, and so it's a real pleasure to be with all of you today. FSD Africa as an organization is very excited and proud to support the launch of InnoLab, because at FSD Africa what's important to us is addressing systemic challenges within Africa's financial markets and taking practical action to solve them, and we are ambitious as a team about looking to spark long-term and large-scale change in the markets that we work in. We're a team of around 70 financial sector experts based mainly in Nairobi, and we're funded with UK aid from the UK government. And the team that I lead looks at developing resilience in Africa through financial markets, and so the insurance industry is the key channel for that, and so supporting the growth and development of the insurance sector within Ghana is a key priority for us, but we recognize that there's much to be done, as others have already articulated today. When we look at insurance markets in sub-Saharan Africa, we see that there's a large risk protection gap. The majority of households and businesses remain without any insurance cover, and in a 2019 study that FSD Africa did, we found that in 4 countries, in Kenya, Rwanda, Ghana and Nigeria, only 51% of adults 51% of adults across the 4 countries had faced a risk event in the last year, but only 1% had used insurance, and 20% turned to welfare reducing strategies. And so that's a picture that we need to change. And so we need to develop different approaches to serving, to reaching the unserved, the vulnerable, the low-income populations, and we need to reach them with appropriate and affordable insurance products. And so that's really what this is about. We also see that the incumbent insurance industry has been slow to respond to these type of challenges and slow to innovate. And there's several structural issues that contribute to that, such as legacy systems and high operating costs that mean it's difficult for them to develop affordable products for emerging customer segments. But we see that increasingly Insurtech solutions within Africa are starting to overcome these challenges and helping to address them in new ways. And so leveraging digital technology really helps the insurance industry to start to connect with and serve emerging consumers and businesses with new business models and products. And so that's really a large part of what InnoLab is about, is to encourage that. And so we're excited to see what's going to emerge from this program. We've already seen a large amount of success coming out of a similar program within the Kenyan space. And what we recognize is that in order for the Insurtech ecosystem to flourish, you need the correct enabling environment, and regulation and processes need to support innovation in areas like capital requirements, product approval processes, and intermediary rules, amongst others. And that's why it's so important to have the regulator involved, and why we're so excited to work with NIC on this, because there is such an important partner in ensuring that the ecosystem thrives in Ghana. And so we're very happy to support this initiative. At FSD Africa, we encourage supervisors to invest in resources that will enable them to understand and respond to new products and business models, because the environment is always changing. And so as such, we applaud this InnoLab initiative, which does just this. the technical resources, the knowledge, and the skills that are needed to work with Insurtech are not traditionally part of a supervisor's remit, and so need to be continuously developed. And so we are thus very delighted to partner with NIC and believe that initiatives like this, like InnoLab, have a key role to play in driving transformation in the insurance sector. And so as we launch this initiative, we are very much looking forward to this program, to seeing what innovations will emerge. And so we encourage startups to apply, those that are joining today and those that hear about the program in future. This is an excellent program that will really help to accelerate you forward. And we're expectant that coming out of this program, we're going to see real change and growth coming from these innovations within the insurance industry in Ghana. And so we're excited to work together, and we have a great selection of partners that are working on this project. And so yeah, may much be achieved as we work together in developing the ecosystem. Thank you very much. Elias, back to you.
Right. Thank you, Kelvin. And yeah, we really look forward to the power of partnerships. And within this particular program in Ghana, we are having a key partner, GIZ. So I want to call upon Angela Ama, who are our key sponsors for this particular program, to provide her keynote address. Angela, up to you.
Thank you very much, Elias. I will just start by first recognizing the presence of the Commissioner of the National Insurance Commission, the Director of the Financial Sector Division, Ministry of Finance, the Director of Risk and Resilience, FSD Africa, the Economic Advisor, UK High Commission, Chief Executive Officers of insurance companies and broking firms, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to join you this afternoon for the launch of the InnoLab Accelerator program. May I express my appreciation to the National Insurance Commission and the UK government through FSD Africa for this great joint initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, over the last decade, the German Development Corporation has built very fruitful working relationships with the National Insurance Commission and the insurance industry in general. And this has initiated a substantial number of projects that has largely impacted the insurance industry positively. At this point, permit me to speak briefly about the GIZ and the work we do in the insurance space. With funding from the German Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development, GIZ has been supporting Ghana's insurance industry since 2011, providing advisory service to the NIC, including the development of the legal and regulatory framework in line with international standards. GIZ also supports capacity building measures and initiatives for practitioners, which promotes effective compliance with the industry regulatory and supervisory requirements. In our current commission, we are placing a lot of emphasis on access to finance for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, recognizing their key contributions in the growth and development of the Ghanaian economy. One of the ways we envisage to surmount the enormous problems associated with lack of access to finance is by tapping into technology in the development of innovative products and services. Ladies and gentlemen, innovation is generally regarded as a positive development, delivering convenience and efficiency. As a key driver of change in the financial sector, innovation has led to immeasurable improvements in efficiency. The insurance industry is no exception to such developments. Innovation through technology has offered possibilities and greater opportunities for new methods of service provision, generally termed as Insurtech. Since 2010, the insurance industry in Ghana has responded to development in mobile technology by offering mobile insurance to the low-income population who are otherwise unserved or underserved by mainstream or traditional insurance. Such great development has increased the scale of inclusive insurance to cover about 30% of Ghanaian population. It's imperative that the insurance industry continues to respond to these economical and societal technological innovations and provide seamless insurance processes and policies that integrate such changes to meet growing demands and needs of a more sophisticated customer. Today, I believe we mark an important development in financial sector of Ghana. The InnoLab Accelerator initiative, jointly implemented by NIC and FSD Africa and GIZ, will create a safe space in which technology startups can experiment with innovative products, services, and business models, and delivery mechanisms under the guidance of a very progressive regulator, experienced coaches and mentors to develop world-recognized innovations for the Ghanaian industry. GIZ, with funding from BMZ, will support the 3 most brilliant ideas to further develop these ideas into market readiness after the 4-month accelerator program. Insurance providers are also encouraged to further invest in the demonstrated technology and innovations that could support their existing operations and improve their customer experience. Before I conclude, may I emphasize that today's event will be the beginning of a journey for the insurance industry to collaborate more closely with technology startups to better address the insurability of policyholders by using technology to simplify processes and tailoring policies that suit better their needs. With the NIC providing an enabling environment through regulatory sandboxes, initiatives such as this will allow a steady flow of innovative technologies to enter the market. It is our hope that better and more customized insurance coverage to MSMEs especially, and those in the lower income brackets will be provided to foster greater financial protection and development. On this note, I thank you for your attention, and I wish us all a very successful launch. Thank you very much, Elias. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Angela, and it's great to also have GIZ basically be part of this, and we know this basically provides us with an opportunity to scale this particular program in a level that will ensure that we get impactful results and successful results in the Ghanaian market. I want to call upon our economic advisor, Mr. Danny Quinn, to make his remarks. You know, as Kelvin did mention, FSD Africa is funded by the UK government through the UK aid, and we are lucky to have Mr. Danny Quinn amongst us this afternoon. Danny, up to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Elias. Good afternoon, and many thanks to FSD Africa and the Commissioner of the National Insurance Commission for allowing me to say a few brief words today on behalf of the UK's Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office. I'm really delighted to be part of this launch of the InnoLab Insurtech Accelerator programme. As everyone on the call will know, Africa's insurance sector is primed for growth, and technology can help unlock the innovations we need to deliver more affordable and relevant products for our local consumers. Obviously, the insurance sector has been grappling with the challenge of delivering relevant products for a long time, especially to customers at the base of the economic pyramid. Remote locations, lower education levels, and a lack of trust or experience with formal institutions have been key contributors to low insurance uptake across Africa. With only 3% of Africa's GDP being driven by insurance, that's less than half the world's average of 7%. Yet, again, we all know that insurance provides a safety net for many external threats like natural disasters, health threats, and economic disruptions, all of which we see regularly across Africa. Digital technology, however, stands to help respond to these challenges and reduce the protection gap in Africa. Through enhancing distribution, improving customer experience, reducing costs, and creating relevant products, Insurtechs have a large potential to drive change and growth. All of these aspects hold great promise for extending access to insurance for these previously underserved by more traditional business models. In recognition of this, FSD Africa, a UK government-funded development agency, and Ghana's National Insurance Commission have partnered to launch InnoLab, an accelerator program designed to support and grow the nation's Insurtech startups, while unlocking innovations which can help transform the country's insurance industry. The program will borrow from, and as Kelvin mentioned, from Kenya's Bima Lab program, which has been running since early 2021, with support from FSD Africa and the UK government. It will also integrate global best practices with local experience to provide Ghana with the most competitive and attractive startup accelerator program. FSD Africa, together with implementing partners, will select 10 talented teams in Ghana with promising ideas for training, coaching, mentorship, and partnerships. I understand the innovators will also have an opportunity to showcase their ideas to potential partners and customers after the 3-month acceleration program. We're excited to see what will emerge from this timely initiative and really do applaud NIC for their continued leadership in actively encouraging the insurance market development in Ghana. As the British government, we will continue to support initiatives that drive innovation for inclusion and increase access to insurance products and services in Ghana and across Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Danny Quinn, for those reassuring words that as the British government, you will continue to support such initiatives. And again, as you mentioned, this is a program that has been done in Kenya, and there are great successes that managed to come out of Kenya. And we believe that it's an opportunity that we will be able to really harness and create that change in the Ghanaian market and basically come out with very successful projects in the Ghanaian market. I want to call upon the next speaker, who is representing the government of Ghana, Mr. Samson Akigo, to make his remarks. He's the Director of the Financial Sector Division, Minister of Finance.
Thank you very much, Elias, and it's really a privilege to speak to you on this event. The representatives of the UK High Commission to Ghana, the Commissioner of Insurance, Justice Dr. Justice Ofori, the representatives of GIZ, the Director of Risk and Resilience, FSD Africa, executives of insurance and brokerage firms in Ghana, executive of insurance tech firms, members of the press. Good afternoon. I would start on a note highlighting the fact that this year started very mixed notes for the country. The most positive story for us is that the growth and recovery of the Ghanaian economy has been very, very robust. And current figures from the Ghana Statistical Service shows that growth is going to be well elevated above the 4.4% target that we stipulated for 2021, and certainly above between 5 to 6%. On the other side, we have seen a lot of concerns about our debts and pressures, significant pressures on our Eurobond yields. All this is because of the strong headwinds that our economy has faced in recent times. Significantly for Ghana, a lot of reforms were done to ensure that the economy is repositioned for growth and economic development. Amidst headwinds like financial sector cleanup, significant payments on IPPs, among others. But most importantly, the COVID pandemic has also led to significant pressures on revenue. At the same time, the need for social intervention to make sure that the economy remains intact post-COVID. All this collectively means that we have to spend a bit more to make sure that the resilience of the economy is not compromised. As a result, the outturn for the economy would have to be measured in that regard. And it is very important that the policies that we set up, especially in this year's budget, would support growth, stability, and job creation, reinforces how we can navigate this difficult terrain, in particular, some of the task measures that are in the budget. For the Insurance Commission and its partners, one of the key levers of our growth would have to be the financial sector. And the insurance sector, as we know, must play a very important role. The future of the insurance sector must be a sector whose contribution to GDP, to job creation, and to innovation must parallel what its peers are doing globally, and even if we look at inter-sector performance in Ghana. It is therefore a great honor to meet virtually with the CEOs of insurance entities and managers of Insurtech firms on this occasion. We at the Financial Sector Division of the Ministry of Finance also see digitization of financial sector and this Accelerator program as a cutting-edge program for the economy, and as it intends to create a platform for startups in the technology and innovation space to develop solutions for the insurance ecosystem. Government would continue to provide an enabling environment for digitization and innovation in order to reduce financial vulnerabilities and income inequality in the country. The Ministry of Finance, as you know, we are currently implementing the National Financial Inclusion and Development Strategy, out of which we also have a digital financial services policy as a key anchor for a lot of the reforms. And these particular policies support your meeting today. The program and policy proposition are aimed at eliminating barriers to financial products and services, including insurance, in order to generate income, build assets, manage financial risks, and ensure economic stability. It is in light of this that we recognize this InnoLab project as a pragmatic approach by the NIC to enhance insurance market development using the virtual laboratory as an incubator for innovative solutions and disruptions. I think when you go through the various regulators, this may be one of the first of its kinds for our country. The ultimate goal is to accelerate innovation, aim at deepening insurance access and penetration, and most importantly, improve livelihood and financial stability. The insurance industry plays a pivotal role in supporting and sustaining an inclusive economic growth, and more fundamentally in reducing the vulnerability and shocks to individuals, households, and firms. Globally, many emerging economies are drifting towards the use of innovative models to improve access to insurance and customer solutions. The business case for this project is therefore not in doubt. The business case for this project is therefore not in doubt. The opportunities for growth of the insurance sector are enormous, but depends heavily on how the industry would harness innovation for growth. As we embark on this novel journey, it is important to take stock of the huge gaps in the insurance sector on both the supply and demand sides of the industry in order to provide solutions that would deepen insurance penetration. I would therefore like to urge all the Insurtech firms to participate fully by developing solutions that would inure to the benefit of the insuring public and the insurance industry. It is also important for us to bring in some of the partner educational institutions so that we can get some of our young people who have a lot of ideas to also support this ecosystem. I would also like to encourage NIC to use these projects as an enabler for collaborations between traditional insurance firms, insurance brokers, and Insurtech to facilitate the growth of the insurance sector. To the CEOs of insurance and brokerage firms, I encourage you to form partnership with these Insurtech firms and embrace the expected disruptions as a means to develop new business opportunities, improve your legacy systems to be more efficient in providing insurance to clients, and create better customer experience to accelerate the growth of your respective firms. I think it's even important to encourage a lot of the insurance firms to also invest in this incubator ecosystem and have some ownership advantage as they shape the future of this industry. Importantly, we must work in this new year and beyond to reposition the insurance industry, not only as institutions that make profits, not only as institutions that employ a reasonable amount of people, but we must make sure that the catalytic impact of the insurance industry is felt. And how do we do this? One, I think must be clear that how do we make sure that the impact of the insurance industry, especially with respect to the passage of the new Insurance Act, it's felt by the economy in terms of growth and development. How do we ensure that the insurance industry have a bigger impact on the capital market? It's very important. How do we ensure that the insurance industry provide long-term capital through the capital market for the creation of jobs and economic development? As we continue to make progress in this industry, it is my belief that collectively we would ensure that the numbers in terms of jobs, the numbers in terms of the impact will be more bigger for the economy than even before. I wish you all the best. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Samson, for your very insightful remarks. One of the key things that I've gotten out of your address is that Ghana, as a government, is keen to create an enabling environment and really provide thought leadership, and that's a great commitment to the insurance fraternity, but also just to ensure that, as a country, Ghana will be able to really close the protection gap. So it is really great that we've gotten your support and your commitment to support this particular program. Now, one of the key things that we did manage to get in our initial program in Kenya was that one of the Ghanaians did participate in the Innovation Accelerator program in Kenya. So one of the key things that we wanted to get from him was just to kind of tell us the experience, because it's quite important that Africa sits in as a global village, and you could basically have an opportunity whereby a Ghanaian did participate in Kenya towards really providing services in Kenya. So so far we've managed to get Alfred Kisiendu, who is a co-founder of Red Pair Communications, a company established in Ghana, but right now that particular company has gone ahead to be established in Kenya, and they did manage to participate in the initial BIMALAB program in Kenya. So we want to just listen in and to get his experience that he managed to really receive in that particular accelerator program, and also just to share the learnings of what he managed to get out of the program that was being managed in Kenya. Now, the BIMALAB program was again supported by FSD Africa together with the Insurance Regulatory Authority and also the government of Kenya. And that particular program was quite a success, whereby we got the likes of Alfred really participating. So I want to call upon Alfred just to kind of give us his experience in the BIMALAB program, which is just a precursor of what we are going to do in Ghana under the InnoLab program.
Thank you, Elias. Hi, thank you, Elias. And good afternoon to everyone, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Actually, it's a pleasure to be invited to share my experience in the Kenyan BIMALAB 2 Accelerator program. Having worked in the financial services sector for almost a decade and a half, specifically in banking and insurance, and getting to the point where you became part of management, I was prepared well for my journey in entrepreneurship. At least that is what I thought until I actually started the journey. That is when I discovered that, in fact, being an entrepreneur or starting your own business is a different ball game. Okay, and so the journey from having an idea to the point where the idea begins to make money is a very difficult but very rewarding if it succeeds. That is why initiatives such as the one we are gathered here today is extremely important to help build capacity. Okay, and so our involvement in the BIMALAB 2 Accelerator program in Kenya served the purpose to build capacity for us, and especially me as a co-founder and as a leading member of the RegPair team. Now, as I share my experience at this point, I'll be addressing specifically and directly to Insurtechs and startups that are interested in signing up to this program. One of the things that I realized, which I did appreciate very much, was the fact that the organizers created an environment where each and everyone was respected. Okay, so no idea was stupid or no idea was less. Everybody was encouraged to share the idea, and members within the cohort were encouraged to respect the ideas that each and everyone brought out. And that was a very critical point. If that was not established, for instance, it would have been difficult for some people to come up with what they were thinking in their heads. And that was a very critical point for a successful Accelerator program that I was part of in Kenya. Now, one of the things that was also very significant for me was the fact that each cohort member was assigned a project to work on. And so on a weekly basis, you would have something to work on. Now, from my background, yes, I thought I had gotten all the experience I needed to be able to succeed. But then when you immerse yourself and you delve into the projects that you assign, for instance, looking at the customer, okay, dissecting the customer and how to push your product to the customer and how to present your solution to the customer, boy, that experience was extremely beneficial and helped us to dissect the customer in different angles that we hadn't thought of or looked at previously. One of the things that also stood out for me very much was the fact that the organizers, the facilitators, really encouraged the cohort members, to get to know each other. So there are times where we move into different small groups where each cohort member introduces themselves and then tell each and everyone what they are doing to share the project they are working on or the business they are engaged in. And that was very, very important. Apart from RegPair, where we've been able to establish partnership and relationship with other cohort members, other cohort members have also established relationships, and that is very important. And one of the things that Elias I'm sure will come up again is the fact that, look, the opportunity is huge for everybody. Okay, so holding on to your idea alone is not such a good idea, but sharing and collaborating is the way to go to ensure that you succeed. And that is a mantra that you'll find that Elias himself and the organizers will keep hammering in the exercise that you're going to engage in as you go along as well. Another point that stood out again was the fact that, look, very important resource personnel were sought from industry to come and tackle issues and give presentations and talk to us. The fact that they were getting experienced and equipped individuals to do this was very important, because when you're listening to them, then you know that, look, these people have traveled the journey that you are about to embark on, and so you pay attention to what they are saying. And some of the resource personnel that stood out for me, okay, like for instance, the head of marketing and comms at Safaricom, that lady blew my mind with her presentation. And indeed, in my comments to the organizers, I did mention her name. I did say that individuals like Richard Liffley, the co-founder of MicroInsure, his experience and his journey from how he started, okay, and to the point where he raised money and to be able to the point where it's now a global company, that experience was really moving, and it really helped me to be able to know that, look, if we continue on this journey and be consistent with what we are doing, yes, we will get there. The fourth, the big one, which made an impression on me, was the fact that every cohort member was assigned a mentor. And interestingly, we've now formed a lasting friendship with our mentor. Even when the cohort is over, we are still talking. And as recent as yesterday, we had a meeting with our mentor again, who is trying to give us to give us business in Europe, for instance, where he is based. And these are real human beings who have traveled through the idea of getting an idea through to getting the idea to make money. And so they understand the pain, they understand the journey, and they share their experience with you, and they encourage you as well. And that is a big plus to the Accelerator program. I've touched on this earlier, but just to repeat it, the idea of meeting different cohorts. Okay, the Kenyan cohort program was interesting. Yes, we had people from Kenya, we had myself from Ghana, we had another interesting gentleman from Cameroon who is based in Germany, and he had a wonderful idea. He has a wonderful product that he's launched in Germany, and it was extremely important, very, very encouraging. And now we form friendship. We are friends, okay? And after this program, what we have done is to create a WhatsApp group. Some of the cohort members took the initiative to create a WhatsApp group where all of us are there. And tell you what, the reason why this is extremely important is that it helps you know that you are not alone in the journey, and that there are others with you who are also walking the same journey. And so you can fall on them for support. And that is exactly what Red Pair is doing. We have relationship with Orbit. We are going into a partnership together with Orbit KE, a member of the cohort group in Kenya, for instance. We are talking to Emerging Markets, a research company, to also do research for us. So now we know exactly who to go to, depending on what we need. Okay, and this has been very, very good for us. And so my experience in the Kenyan Accelerator program has been good. And I know that it's not going to be any different from what we're going to experience here in Ghana. And in fact, what I did was that the moment I realized how good the program was, I did approach the organizers to bring to ask them if they would be interested in coming to Ghana. And that was what I was told, that, oh, Alfred, we already have the initiative for coming to Ghana, you know, and to do this. And so I'm extremely delighted that the NIC, the GIZ, and all the partners have embraced this. And we look forward to a great Accelerator program here in Ghana. Thank you very much, Alias, and thank you very much for everyone who has given their support to make sure that this is a success. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Alfred, and we are happy that you had to cross all the boundaries to come to Kenya to basically try and get this particular program. And again, with basically your involvement in Kenya, we saw that Ghana really presents a great opportunity to provide this similar exercise to Ghanaians. And yes, with what you've shared and with the learnings that you've managed to get, and also with just expanding beyond Ghana into countries such as Kenya and other countries in Africa, and even with the connections that you're currently having in countries such as Germany, then we are really, really happy that, yes, a company can move out of their domicile state and they can now become an international company. And thank you very much for those great for that great testimony. Now, we want to go into a short video just to kind of share the experience that we had in Kenya. So I don't know, Tonya, if you would play the video for us, or let me see whether it will be able to play. Right. Yeah, we can proceed.
Hi, Elias, you can take over again. The video's over.
Right. Thank you very much for right. Just going through the last bits of the slide, and yeah, right. So we've gone through the keynote address, and one of the key things that we've managed to listen in is that the sponsors are ready, NIC is ready, and also our partners, the government, the UK government through the Foreign Office, FCDO, the government of Ghana through the Ministry of Finance has committed into supporting this. And generally, we just wanted to kind of take you through the application criteria. Now, before I do that, I want to call upon Mr. Kofi Ando just to kind of highlight what are these challenges that the Ghanaian insurance market face, and how then do we tackle them from this particular program perspective. So I want to just call upon Mr. Kofi Ando to just kind of take us through challenges that they do face in the market, and how then we use this particular program to solve those particular challenges before I come into the application criteria. Mr. Kofi.
Okay. Thank you, Elias. Good afternoon to everybody, and all protocol duly observed. As has been heard from the various speakers up till now, the challenges are quite enormous. Of course, the very major one will be a low penetration or the low coverage. In fact, the NIC's current strategic plan has that as the overarching objective, that is to grow the penetration or the coverage. The size of the insurance industry is small, but the uninsured is quite, the numbers of the uninsured are quite large, and one of the key objectives here is to take or implement measures to grow the penetration. Talking about growing the penetration, of course, you come across products. And so mainly you would see that the uninsured would consist mainly of people in the informal sector. You would come across artisans, dressmakers, hairdressers, masons, carpenters. So how do we simplify and make insurance products suitable, directly suitable to these persons in the informal sector, such that it will appeal to them directly? How do we ensure that the products are simplified and made suitable to these persons who constitute actually the majority in the economy? And then the micro and small businesses as well. So I'm talking about penetration, I'm talking about the micro and small businesses, which are actually in the majority, and I'm talking about access to insurance for them. And one of the main routes through which we could get to them is to get simplified and suitable products that appeal to their needs, that address the direct risks that they face, of course, and able to get these products to them at quite low cost. And so as we make the appeal to the participants, I would like to appeal to the participants to address their mind to some of these challenges. So as they think through their proposals and the innovations, to address their mind to some of these challenges. The other major challenge that we face, of course, has to do with pain points for the few who have so far insured. And if you talk about pain points, you would come across claims as the very first point. There are a number of issues around claims. The first one has got to do with documents that are often needed to make claims. These sometimes create a lot of pain, but these are needed to be able to verify, to authenticate the claims. But so we need to find alternative ways of doing the verification or authentication, or alternative ways of acquiring documents that can serve this purpose, so as to simplify the claims process for the insured, and also to verify that the losses, the accidents, the deaths actually occurred. How can we have alternative means of verifying this so as to simplify the process for them? So again, another issue that, or another point that the applicant can address their minds to as we go through this lab. Of course, customer experience is also becoming important. How easily can customers make inquiries? How easily can they make complaints? And how do we get their complaint addressed seamlessly so that they seem to get the attention that they need? These are some major challenges that face the industry. Of course, on a higher scale, a number of speakers have talked about high operating costs, which is resulting in high management expenses and affecting the profitability of the insurance business and making the viability of the business, challenging the viability of the business. So again, another issue that we can address our minds to. And of course, the record keeping. How do we help? How do we innovate? How do we find better ways around record keeping so as to help these businesses make appropriate, relevant, and important decisions, investment decisions, control decisions, customer service decisions, product decisions, profitability decisions? How do we go around that? There are many others, but I'm sure as the lab goes on, we'll have the opportunity to talk about some of them, but these are some major challenges currently that we would like to draw the attention of members on. Of course, the Commission is fully aware that innovation and digitization has a key role to play in trying to find solutions to some of these issues. And so some room was created in the current Insurance Act 2021, Act 106961 here in Ghana, to be able to facilitate the development of innovation and technology to help find some of these challenges. And you find provisions on innovative insurance licenses and innovative intermediaries licenses. And these provisions are intended to help create appropriate regulatory sandbox system where such innovative ideas will be tested, will be piloted, will be tried, their risks will be analyzed and see what can be done to mitigate them before they are actually released onto the market. And so looking at what is there in the regulatory framework to facilitate this, what benefits participants can leverage on, these have been taken into consideration in designing the legal framework, the current legal framework that the Commission currently operates on. Actually, detailed directives on these innovative licenses are still being prepared, and we are looking forward to complementing it with what is going to happen to create that innovation and technology, the utilization of technology to help grow the industry, improve the penetration, extend coverage to the many Ghanaians who currently don't have any coverage. So because of time constraints, Elias, let me stop here. Maybe when questions come up later or during the lab itself, we may have more time to go deeper into some of these issues. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kofi Ando. And maybe just to mention, Ghana as NIC did participate some time back on the International Innovation Lab, whereby this particular group brought in 4 different regulators, and in that case it was Kenya, Ghana, Armenia, and Mongolia that did participate. And one of the key things that came out of that particular discussion was how then do we encourage Insurtech. And good is that this particular program started in Kenya. Right now we've come to Ghana, which basically shows that through the partnership of those 4 countries, I think that program happened 5 years ago. Finally, we are having something happening in Ghana. So maybe just quickly to kind of just elaborate on the criteria. And the reason why we are doing this is just to ensure that our solutions, or basically the solutions that we are going to create, will solve real challenges that are faced in the Ghanaian market. Now, we've come up with a criteria, and this will kind of enable us to screen through the ideas that will be coming with the support of the National Insurance Commission. We'll be looking at what are these unique innovative businesses that are focused into addressing the real challenges within the insurance value chain. So we want to bring change in the insurance market in Ghana. We want to ensure that as we talk about the contribution of GDP to the insurance contribution to the economy, then insurance plays an important part into contributing to the Ghanaian economy. At the same time, it will ensure that businesses and people are protected, thereby even increasing basically the value within the market. The second component is that, is this particular solution using technology? And as part of business solution, we know we've been using quite a number of outdated processes, outdated channels, and even what we term as traditional channels. Now, for insurance to move across Africa, then we need to bring technology to the core. And that's why we will be looking at what are these solutions that you are bringing into practice for the purposes of solving some of the challenges that we've been having in the past within the Ghanaian insurance market. Also, we highly encourage to see highly climate-focused Insurtechs. Also, innovations that do address the challenges that are currently faced by the micro, small, and medium enterprises. Now, I know there's a big commitment on climate, as climate change has been an issue that is basically being discussed by different governments. And this is a risk that if we don't really focus on now, we'll even have a big problem to the future generations. We are also looking at maybe having a prototype of the solution that once we take the Insurtech or the innovator or the team through this particular process, then they'll be able to get into the market. One of the key things that I would want to mention at this particular point is that when we did this particular program in Kenya, we got a number of companies going to market, and they went to market through different components whereby they did partner with the existing companies. Some products are currently being sold by those particular Insurtechs to the public, and that in a way now pushes this particular innovator to become an entrepreneur in terms of even now generating revenue within the market space. Also, we look at the potentiality of a solution to grow and to scale, because one of the key things that we've seen is that this particular program attracts a number of investors. And those particular investors are looking into investing in these particular solutions with an intention of enabling them to scale for higher impact. We also want to look at leadership. The team should be highly driven, should be a team that is ready to collaborate and to share on the expertise. We've heard what Alfred has mentioned, and one of the key things that we've seen is that the partnership and the collaborations was key into the success is key to the success of this particular program. Also, we are keen on gender balanced. We want to ensure that gender inclusion is in the lens, and we highly encourage to get a team that is highly balanced, just to ensure that we also look at both male and female in terms of addressing the challenges that we'll be able to address within this particular program. Maybe some of the benefits, and again, this has been mentioned by Alfred. I wouldn't want to belabor on this. And one of the key things is that we want NIC to also provide expertise, because one of the key challenges is that regulations need to be expounded on. We want these particular Insurtechs and even innovators to really understand the regulations. So regulatory clarity is one of the key components that will be highly addressed. We want to provide business advisory in terms of how then do you understand the entire business processes, and even just to give people an opportunity to liaise with top experts across the world. For instance, in Kenya, we did manage to get an expert that's managed to set up the first Insurtech in China that has really transformed China. So that was one of the key experts that did participate as a mentor, and he did mentor the Insurtechs in Kenya, and that kind of really enhanced the value of our program. So we'll get in touch with key experts across the world to provide the advisory and also to mentor the team. And one of the key things is that once you get into connection with these mentors, they even go ahead and kind of enable these particular Insurtechs to connect to different companies across the world, and also invest in some of these particular companies that are going to undergo this particular program. So we will be able to access mentorship. There'll be connections with the local investments, not only local, but also we have a great interaction with investors in the UK, and they'll be so keen to see how do they invest in Ghana. And what we usually focus on are these innovators, because they need to focus into investing in these particular innovators, and also companies that will be partnering with these particular innovators. Over and above that, we'll be able to give them a chance to pitch their solutions, and the pitching of this particular solution will be able to be showcased across the world, whereby it gives us an opportunity not only to operate in Ghana, but they will also be able to operate outside Ghana. So this is quite an extensive program. We've already seen a testimonial from one of the companies that did participate in Kenya, and that has really opened opportunities for them across the entire world. I want then just to go straight to the program elements, and I'll call upon Emma to just take us through briefly what this particular program will entail. And Emma.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Elias. Wonderful to be here with all of you. My name is Emma Mwita. I am one of the implementing partners and get to support InnoLab in leading some key elements of the program. Alfred, it was wonderful to hear you share your experience from the last program. So excited to have you here. And to be honest, I feel like Alfred did true justice, as Elias as well, to what InnoLab will consist of. But I want to briefly walk you through the key program elements, and then a little bit around what our learning will actually look like, specifically the type of entrepreneurship content we'll cover. So for our program, there are 4 key elements that we provide over the 10-week InnoLab experience. We lead weekly entrepreneurship workshops to support each business in thinking deeply around their customer, their growth plans, their ways to get investment. So really identifying the key areas of need for the companies in the cohort and developing entrepreneurship content that meets those needs. Paired with that, we provide access to speakers from around the world who help us to build our understanding of the overall Insurtech ecosystem, And we have many speakers who have helped companies to think around how do we better engage our customers, or how do we think about the use of data more intentionally? How are we using it to drive? What's the role of AI? As Elias shared, some of the key additional pieces are around the support that we provide to each company. We do that specifically through mentorship and advisory. As you heard from Alfred, he's still in contact with his mentor, and they've continued that relationship beyond the program in Kenya. So we pair each company with a mentor. Mentors may be on the continent or from other countries, who provide unique support given the types of issues we identify for the company, and we pair intentionally to provide the best mentor. We also support companies. Once you go through the application process, you'll share the types of challenges you're facing. We'll then connect you with advisors who actually help with those specific challenges. Your sales and marketing strategy, your use of technology, your growth strategy, your ability to engage investors, your knowledge of the insurance space. So we work to find those advisors that really support your specific needs. As you've heard before, we have a wide variety of partners who support in the InnoLab process. One way that they provide unique support is through office hours. Office hours are an opportunity for companies to spend time with key players in the industry. This might be engagement with the regulatory body, NIC, or engagement with key large insurance companies within the Ghanaian market who are able to provide unique insights, talk about partnerships, etc. There's also an opportunity to get feedback on the tech that you're using and the ways in which you can strengthen the technology to support access to your customer base. So these are the key elements of the program. If you're accepted into the cohort, this is the way in which you will be served during the program, and ideally the experience you have. Many people said in the last program in Kenya that they found that they were able to make significant shifts within their business, ones that would have taken them 1 to 2 years that they were able to do in under 3 months, given the type of support that they were provided during the program. Our program falls into 5 learning cycles over a 10-week period. Each learning cycle, we have entrepreneurship content that supports the learning cycle, and our speakers talk directly around key issues. We look at, do you deeply understand the value you're providing to your customer? Our second cycle digs into who is your customer, how are you reaching your customer, and we particularly look at how you access underserved markets and how you're getting to the customers who really need the insurance solutions that you're providing. Then we look at the tech side by digging deeply into your product and your product development process, ensuring that you're using the best practices for product development. Then we shift slightly in the last month of the program, and we look at what it takes to build a healthy company. What benefits are you providing to your team? How are you thinking about your mission, vision? Are you being thoughtful around how you move from being a startup to a medium-sized company? And then last, we look at growth strategy, which is how are we going to reach more customers? This also includes how do we think about getting the type of funding required in order to grow, whether that's increasing customer base and therefore increasing revenue, or actually engaging with investors to support the growth process. At the end, we have our demo day, which is an opportunity to showcase your product to the broader market. With that, we'll take a little look into some of the key dates. Before that, we'll take a moment to talk a little bit about partnership. So for those of you that are on this call today, and you are not intending to apply to InnoLab, but you are part of the ecosystem, we have a quick call to the ways in which you can partner with us. I think as you've heard from a variety of speakers, some of the most important components of our last program was around partnerships. The benefit that each company got from spending time with key industry players, whether it was through advisors or office hours or mentorship. So we're going to do a quick call out to some of the key areas in which we could use your support. First is corporate partnerships. If you're a key player in the industry and you would like to support InnoLab, whether it is through leading office hours, providing mentors from your company, please reach out and provide your interest in becoming a corporate partner. I think we had about 8 in our last program who played key role in making the program happen. If you are an individual who would like to give back, you know you have unique expertise. If you are interested, we have open opportunities for mentors. Mentors provide weekly support to companies through the 10-week program. Our mentors typically are industry experts. They have deep experience in the Insurtech space. They may be based in Ghana or other East Africa, South Africa. We also have mentors who come from abroad. So if that's a role you'd like to play to give back, we would love for you to let us know. Advisors play a slightly different role. You support the company 2 to 3 times during the program and potentially after the program. You may not necessarily be an expert in the insurance space, but you may provide other unique perspectives. Maybe your background is in tech or sales and marketing, growth strategy, engagement with investors. We're looking for advisors who want to take time to engage and provide their unique perspective and expertise to the companies who will join this cohort. So if you are on today's call and you think, my goodness, I would love to be a mentor. I want to take time to walk hand in hand with a company. Or I have a deep background in sales and I'd love to provide my unique expertise. Please take time to let us know. We'll share more information as we end today's call. Of course, you've seen, we'll share the video, but we'll also share more information about ways that you can get involved, particularly for those who are not applying to be part of InnoLab, but want to find a way to be part of this incredible experience. I'm excited to walk a little bit through our timeline. The most important information I'm going to share today is candidate intake. Today, we will launch our candidate intake. So as soon as this call ends, you can begin applying. We can't wait to see all of the companies who will apply to be part of this cohort. Intake runs from the 12th of January through the 26th of January. So make sure that you get your application in before the 26th. If you're on the call today and you know someone who should apply, please send the link to them. We'll then complete selection the 27th through the 4th, and we're excited to kick off the program on the 14th of February. For those of you who celebrate, it is Valentine's Day. Hopefully that will help you remember. And we're excited to lead the program through the 14th, through the week of the 22nd of April. And we'll conclude with Demo Day on the 29th of April. This will be our culmination of the program. But the key thing to remember, if you are applying, start applying today, and our intake closes on the 26th of January. If you are interested in engaging in other ways, please let us know, and we'll provide more information so you can support this program. And with that, If you are interested in getting in touch with us, please send us an email at innolab@holistic.com. And for those of you who are in the who are looking to apply, take a look at the link. We will send this link out in an email after today's session. And Elias, it's time to launch.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Emma. And maybe I just seen a question around grant financing. Now, okay, fine. As FSD Africa, we usually do provide grant funding to early stage Insurtechs that will be participating in InnoLab. So one of the key things that also comes out of this particular program is that, yeah, as FSD Africa, we'll be providing grant funding to the participants of InnoLab, and they'll be able to apply for this. So that's another component that as a development agency we'll be keen to provide. Now I want to call upon our keynote speakers for today. I want you guys to come back on screen. You can put your videos on. We want you to basically officially launch this InnoLab. So Kelvin, Dr. Justice, Angela, Samson, and Mr. Danny. I cannot see the rest of the team. I want you guys to be on screen. You should declare this InnoLab open, Dr. Justice and the team. So I'll call upon Justice to cut the ribbon. I don't know how it's done virtually, and also I need to put out my video because I'm not a keynote speaker. So let me just get off video, then I give honors to our keynote speakers to do this. Justice, please.
Okay, so what I would say is very brief. In the name of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I declare the InnoLab Insurtech Accelerator program duly launched. Thank you. Did you get me?
Yes, we got you. So we are basically clapping. There are virtual claps, there are physical claps, and all that. So thank you very much, our keynote speakers for the day. We are really, really happy that you managed to set time for this launch. Thank you very much, Danny Quinn. Thank you, Mr. Kelvin. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Mr. Sampson, for taking time to honor this particular event. And also, I want to really, really appreciate everyone that has managed to join us today. We couldn't have done this without you guys coming through and also participating and listening. I know there are questions, and again, you can basically put through your questions through the email that has been shared by Emma. We will be able to get back to you in case there's any question. Definitely we'll be responding to your questions. You can also reach out to us as FSD Africa. So my email address is elias@fsdafrica.org. You can basically send us an email and we should be able to respond to your questions. Mine is just to appreciate all of us, and we are ready for Ghana. We are ready to disrupt the Ghanaian market. So embrace yourself for this particular big change that is going to happen in Accra and its environs. Thank you. Until next time, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.